Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, we the People's Prime Minister, has pledged to establish a center in Tobago to support children with special needs, noting that as a grandmother to a child with autism, she understands the challenges involved. During her first official visit to Tobago since winning the April 28 election, Persad-Bissessar began her activities addressing students from Signal Hill and western areas of the island at the Signal Hill Secondary School. On her arrival, Persad-Bissessar received an overwhelmingly positive reception from the students, many of whom would have rushed to interact with the Prime Minister. I could imagine what a wonderful experience it was for those young kids. During her speech to the students, the Prime Minister recognized the presence of the Happy Haven School, a special education institution in Signal Hill. Persad-Bissessar said their presence served as a reminder of what true courage is, and she pledged further support for children with special needs through the establishment of a center for differently abled children. That is really wonderful news for the citizens of both Trinidad and Tobago, but in Tobago in particular in this case. Ladies, meet your new go-to bag, our mega duffel handbag, perfect for your travel, shopping, the gym, and everything in between. Crafted from premium Oxford material, it's not just stylish, it's built to last. The ideal size, flawless design, and unbeatable quality make it the bag you'll reach for every time. Versatile and ready for anything. WhatsApp 762-6589 to order yours today. Speaking about good news, laptops will be given to every Form 1 student during this academic year. So it's still being acquired and it's still in the process of beginning distribution. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar and Minister of Education, Dr. Michael Dowlatt, made the promise during an engagement at the Signal Hill Secondary School in Tobago on Tuesday. Minister Dowlatt noted that the digital learning initiative, which includes giving the digital devices to all Form 1 students, would ensure that Tobago students are poised to benefit from a future-ready and accountable education system. 9 secondary schools, 964 Form 1 students, Prime Minister will soon receive an investment with their laptops for digital learning. Schools are presently benefiting from an upgrade of their infrastructure, their broadband wireless internet. The Tobago teachers have been trained in AI, digital literacy, and cybersecurity, strengthening classroom innovation. So work has already begun, people. The distribution part will come soon. The Police in Schools program now enhances safety, mentoring, and discipline across the island.
Laptops will be given to every Form 1 student during this academic year, a promise made by both Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar and Minister of Education Dr. Michael Dowlatt during an engagement at the Signal Hill Secondary School in Tobago on Tuesday. Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar pleaded with the students to use the devices responsibly.
Remain standing for the reciting of the school prayer.
And so for 10 years, no laptops were given, and you were left in the COVID devoid of that learning. Let us make sure that never ever happens again. By the time I left office 2010 to 2015, every secondary school child from 1 to 5, every single one had a laptop. You know, sometimes I walk around and children come to me and say, Prime Minister, this is the laptop you gave me how many years ago? And I said, look, it's still working.
Minister Dowlatt noted that the Digital Learning Initiative, which includes giving the digital devices to all Form 1 students, will ensure that Tobago students are poised to benefit from a future-ready and accountable education system.
9 secondary schools, 964 Form 1 students, Prime Minister, will soon receive an investment with their laptops for digital learning. Schools are presently benefited from an upgrade of their infrastructure, their broadband wireless internet. Tobago teachers have been trained in AI, digital literacy, and cybersecurity, strengthening classroom innovation. The Police in Schools program now enhances safety, mentoring, and discipline across this island.
No more overheating phones. Cool your phones in seconds. Prevents damage to phones and battery issues. Better gaming experience and streaming. USB powered and fast charging. Lightweight and quiet. Ideal for kids and adults. Works with all smartphones. Makes a great gift. Call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. Moving on now to some regional news, starting off with Guyana. The YMCA ground at Thomas Lands, Georgetown, Guyana is set to be transformed into a vibrant hub of excitement and family entertainment this weekend when the Caribbean Mega Bounce theme park opens its gates on Friday, November 7th, 2025. The 4-day event, the first of its kind in Guyana, promises loads of fun for the entire family, according to organizers Jonathan Bipat and Dominic Weeks of Wildfire Entertainment. Definitely sounds interesting. If I was there, I would have attended that event. Premium touchscreen wireless headsets restocked. 1.9-inch HD full-color touchscreen. ANC and ENC noise reduction for crystal clear calls. 9D panoramic sound. Long battery life and fast charging. Control music, videos, TikTok, YouTube, and much more. Camera feature, voice assistant, timer, stopwatch, and lyrics on screen. Water resistant, sleek design. Available in gold, black, blue, and purple. Gift ready packaging with replacement earbuds included. Never lose your earbuds again with the Find Headphones feature that actually works. Don't miss out. WhatsApp 762-6589 to place your order. Limited stock available. The Guyana Power and Light GPL transmission and distribution team has departed for Jamaica to support restoration efforts following the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. I do continue to hope and pray that all CARICOM states will come together and unite. Put differences aside, because of course there's always differences, but put those differences aside, come together and assist Jamaica in their recovery, because they definitely need all the prayers and assistance that they can get. Tired of losing your keys, phone, or coins in that annoying gap between your car seat and the console? We've got the perfect solution. Our universal car seat gap fillers are back in stock, ready to save your stuff and make your ride clutter-free. Available in black, brown, beige, and red, they're designed to fit any car seat and blend perfectly with your interior. Simply WhatsApp 762-6589 to place your order and enjoy delivery straight to your door in just 1 to 3 days. Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa is encouraging young people to embrace agriculture as a modern, rewarding and vital career path, one that plays a crucial role in Guyana's food security and regional development. Speaking at Honeyfest 2025, Minister Mustafa emphasized that the government was actively harnessing the potential of our young people to strengthen the local food system and transform perceptions about farming and agri-entrepreneurship. And I definitely hope and pray that we will follow in Guyana's footsteps and expand the agricultural sector here in Trinidad and Tobago. Focus on cultivating and expanding all the different cocoa estates that we once had, restoring them as well. A lot of them, basically, from what I've been told for years now, a lot of them have been abandoned and aren't really being utilized at the way that they should be. And yet we have one of the highest quality cocoa in the entire world. So come on, people. I know we the people's prime minister is doing their best. She has now come into office. But let us do more to focus on the agricultural sector. You won't be disappointed with this one. Look and feel great every day. Painless trimming with no pulling of hair guaranteed. comfortable to hold and lightweight, intelligent anti-pinch system, safety travel lock, accurate and painless trimming, durability 100% quality, fast charging. To place an order, call or WhatsApp 868-762-6589. Residents of Aurora Region 2 are celebrating a major milestone in local healthcare delivery as the Aurora Health Post has been officially upgraded to a health center, marking a significant step toward improved access to medical services in the area. Now, we're talking about Guyana. Remember, Guyana is much larger than Trinidad and Tobago, and just within 5 years, the Irfan Ali administration has set a clear path towards first world status. It's going to take time, but they are on the right path. Their journey is very, very sure. We know for sure at this point in time, as long as people continue to support the government's agenda to develop and grow the economy and expand and develop the infrastructure in Guyana, they are definitely on the path of coming probably the first Dubai in the Caribbean region, and of course, the South American region. Moving on now to some news from Jamaica. The National Health Fund, NHF, says it has rolled out mobile pharmacy services to 3 of the most affected parishes in Western Jamaica amid Hurricane Melissa. The NHF says the mobile service was provided in Black River, St. Elizabeth, Cambridge, St. James, and Negril, Westmoreland. We all here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean continue to pray for the people in Jamaica. May they be supplied sufficiently with the humanitarian aid and the funding needed to recover to some extent. It's going to take time, probably even years, to restore any sort of normalcy in a lot of those places in Jamaica. But let us help them to get back on their feet. Kingston Wharves Limited is reporting that it is offering a 10% discount on shipments designated by Jamaica Customs as disaster relief as it plays its part in Jamaica's recovery from Hurricane Melissa. The company says the discount applies to warehouse handling and stripping charges for individuals, companies, and registered charities through November 30th. They may probably have to extend it more than just that, because I'm telling you, Jamaica is going to need some time to be able to recover from that hurricane, from the effects of that hurricane. National Housing Trust mortgagers in parishes hard hit by Hurricane Melissa are set to get a reprieve from mortgage payments. That's good news, eh? Any sort of assistance is good news at this point in time. Wholeness says the automatic 6-month moratorium will apply to about 20,000 mortgagers in Westmoreland, St. James, Hanover, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and St. Anne. The NHT will consider individual applications from homeowners in other parishes as well. The NHT is also offering a $3.5 million home improvement loan to homeowners. In addition, a special grant of up to $500,000 Jamaican dollars, of course, will be available to NHT contributors to allow them to repair damage to their homes or the homes of immediate family members.
The National Housing Trust has activated a comprehensive package of support measures to help its contributors and mortgagors recover from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. First, I wish to remind the public that all NHT mortgagors are insured under the Trust's House Owners Comprehensive Policy, which covers damage from hurricanes, storms, floods, fire, and other perils. The NHT has already mobilized its branches island-wide to help mortgagors prepare and process their insurance claims quickly and efficiently. Second, recognizing that many families will need time to prioritize home repairs, the NHT will grant an automatic 6-month moratorium on mortgage payments for mortgagors in the worst affected parishes: St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, Trelawney, St. James, Manchester, and St. Anne. This measure will assist some 20,000 homeowners. For all other parishes, the NHT will continue to consider individual moratorium applications for those who have lost income or face special hardships. Third, the Trust will introduce a special home improvement loan of up to $3.5 million at an interest rate of 2% available to both existing mortgagors and contributors who need to repair or rebuild their homes as a result of the. Finally, to further ease burdens, the NHT will provide a special grant of up to $500,000 to contributors to repair damage to their homes for those who the NHT will provide a special grant of up to $500,000 to contributors to repair damage to their homes or those of immediate family members. So we have kind of extended it a little bit.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, the Jamaican Prime Minister, has announced a building support program for households in the parishes worst affected by Hurricane Melissa. He says $10 million will go to each constituency in Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, St. James, Hanover, and Trelawney. Constituencies in St. Anne and Clarendon will get $5 million. Those places weren't as badly affected. Nevertheless, it's good to see that the government of Jamaica, the Andrew Holness administration, is doing their part to set their people on the road to recovery.
Across the island, our first priority has been to deliver food, water, and medical support to every affected community. But we know that beyond these essentials, the greatest need is now shelter. Too many of our brothers and sisters have lost the very roofs over their heads. To address this urgent need, I am announcing a building support program for households in the most affected parishes as follows, and this will be an MP-driven program again. St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney. $10 million will be allocated to each constituency in those parishes. You know, there was a debate in this House about whether or not any distribution to MPs should be done on a constituency basis equally. And I am of the view that every seat is equal. But in a disaster, that cannot hold. In a disaster, that cannot hold. In a disaster, that cannot hold. And I hope that MPs who were not as badly affected will not put pressure on me to make increased allocation. And so 10 million to the affected constituencies. Let me repeat: St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney. For St. Anne, Manchester, and Clarendon, $5 million will be allocated to each constituency. For St. Anne, Manchester. Oh, sorry. Oh, thank you for it. Thank you for reminding me. No, it's in there. It's there. Unless they made an error correctly. But Manchester really should be the 5. I will resolve it. No, there might very well be an error in it, but yes, no. I mean that Manchester really should be 5. But let me resolve it. You're really listening. I appreciate that. All right. I will resolve it. Forgive. There's an error, obviously, in the speech. I will resolve it. I will resolve it. And for the other constituencies, $3 million per constituency. I think it's a fair distribution based upon everything that we have to go through. The letters, we will send the letters out, and I will resolve the issue with Manchester.
Moving on now to the interesting facts segment. California's solar canals turning sunlight into power and saving billions of gallons of water. In a world facing both energy and water crisis, California is piloting a remarkable idea, Project Nexus, where solar panels are being built directly over irrigation canals. This first of its kind project near Turlock, Central Valley covers canals and with steel-framed solar canopies that do double duty. It generates clean electricity, about 1.6 megawatts in the pilot phase. Reduce evaporation, saving up to 63 billion gallons of water a year, is scaled statewide. That is a significant amount of water conservation there. Boost solar efficiency by keeping panels cooler with canal moisture. I wouldn't even have thought about that, but definitely yes, the water would keep it in a cooler condition. Lower weed and algae growth by shading the water. Researchers from UC, Merced, and partners in California Solar Canal Initiative estimate that expanding this concept across all 4,000 miles of canals could power 2 million homes and conserve enough water to sustain 2 million people every year. Beyond California, India pioneered this idea a decade ago, and now US states like Arizona are following suit. This is something really good to adopt, and maybe, just maybe, at a much smaller scale, we can probably even try that here in Trinidad and Tobago as well. Closing off now with the travel segment. 7 birdwatching trips around the world for budding enthusiasts, part 2. I started it yesterday. Yorkshire, Dales, England. Broughton Sanctuary near Skipton has transformed over 740 acres of heavily grazed pasture into a thriving ecosystem in just 5 years. All 5 species of British owl are now present. The project has recently introduced 2 beavers, creating wetland habitats that attract even more bird life. The sanctuary offers free guided nature recovery tours. Free, that sounds really good. And specialist wildlife courses, while the 18.5-mile Odyssey Trail allows independent exploration. In between bird watching, try the woodland sauna and wild swimming in a natural pond. That sounds quite adventurous, people. Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news headlines. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all, in Jesus' name.